You're listening to Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Hastings College sports. Now it's time for Hastings College baseball. From first pitch to the final out, Extreme Sports is proud to bring you every inning, every hit, and every big moment of Broncos baseball all season long. And now, let's go to the field for today's game.
And hello again, everyone, and welcome back to Duncan Field here on a Friday afternoon, a gorgeous Friday afternoon at that here in the city of Hastings as we get set for some more GPAC baseball this afternoon featuring the Hastings College Broncos and the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers. Good afternoon, everyone. Tyson Veronica alongside with you as Mike Will travels back from the Tyson Event Center with the Hastings College women's basketball team falling last night to St. Francis. We'll have baseball duties for you here on a beautiful Friday afternoon from Duncan Field. Hastings College Broncos coming in with a mark of 12-9 on the season, 1-3 in GPAC play. Meanwhile, the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers 11-9 overall and 2-2 in Great Plains Athletic Conference play. Dakota Wesleyan splitting a doubleheader with Northwestern and Midland in GPAC play thus far. Meanwhile, Hastings College just last weekend opening up GPAC play with a victory over Briar Cliff, but then falling in the next three games. And quite frankly, the margin of victory for Briar Cliff was pretty impressive. Hastings College then turning the page, picking up a midweek win over Central Christian, a game that saw them down by 6 runs, but finding a way to come back for the victory. We'll talk about that game and this one coming up here on the pregame show with Hastings College head coach Victor Rojas. That conversation coming your way right around the corner. You're listening to Hastings College baseball here on Extreme Sports.
Mary Lanning picks out people that are going to help support our mission and our values here at Mary Lanning. They want to recruit people that are continue to make us a strong organization and continue to provide that exceptional patient care.
There are people all around me constantly to support me in my personal life, but also in my career. People are always advocating for me to grow and to learn.
We're two sisters here that believe in Mary Lanning and the mission and values here, and we're going to continue to support this community for as long as we can.
Check it out.
Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now more delicious. Zero never tasted so good. Try it now.
Check it out. game, anything can happen, and obviously we proved that we can hang in there and pick up a dub.
You mentioned a little bit about the depth of this team, and that's one thing. Just looking at the roster and the size that you have and the players you get to pick from. We talked last week, and there was still some puzzle pieces that were kind of being put together in terms of the makeup and shakeup of this squad. Just talk about navigating that with the roster size, with the depth, and when that number is called, their readiness to go out and perform.
Yeah, I think we have a pretty good understanding now of who and what we got, especially from a bullpen perspective. Offensively and defensively, I'm not worried about it because everyone knows what their roles are right now. But the starting rotation and the bullpen is kind of starting to settle into their roles, and you just got to be able to play solid baseball. It'd be nice to be able to put up 2-3 zeros to start a game and be able to breathe a little bit, because the last 5 games, include York midweek last week, we're stressing our offense out early on, and that's never a good thing. Then you get guys that start to press, but hopefully Xander Hardy today will get to start in game 1, and he can kind of set the tone for us.
Another beautiful afternoon in store for us here on a Friday afternoon at Duncan. Coach Victor Rojas again joining us here on the pregame show. Coach, let's talk a little bit about this particular doubleheader today against the Tigers. As you look at it, really kind of getting into the cut and thrust here of the GPAC season. How big are these two home matchups here before you hit the road here this weekend?
Well, I think every game is important in the GPAC. The fortunate thing is that we had one bad series against Briarcliff, and yet we still have 24 conference games to go. So, if you're going to, as the old adage goes, if you're going to poo-poo the bed, it's better to do it early and get the kinks out, and down the stretch you can kind of turn it back on. So we're hoping that's the case. But every game's important. You want to win every game. It's just not feasible. And then you look throughout college baseball, whether it's Division I on down through the JUCO ranks, doesn't matter what your team name is or how many wins you had last year, whatever. COVID hangover is over. There aren't, a ton of 26, 27-year-old guys. The talent is spread out throughout all these teams. And so everybody's just going to beat everybody up. It's been proven out already through the first, 7, 8, 9 weeks of the season. So that's our hope, is that we just continue to get back to finding who we are and how we played the first 16 games. We do that. I'm not worried about the GPAC or anything else.
Coach, I know last question, the mantra coming into the season was why not us? Why not this squad to compete with some of the top tier teams in the GPAC? From opening weekend, are you confident that they kind of flushed that last 3 games out against Briarcliff and put that in the rearview mirror? And are you confident in this team that they're focused on forward?
100%. We flushed the game on Saturday. There's nothing you could do about stuff that's in the past, so there's no reason to dwell on it. We didn't really talk about it a whole lot. We had some good heart-to-hearts with the pitching staff and the offensive unit on Monday, and now it's just being focused on, at the time was Central Christian on the week for the Wednesday game, and then now Dakota Wesleyan. We had a good practice yesterday, and it's a warm day. Guys need to make sure that they hydrate on both sides, and the hope is, of course, that they can come out here and just, like I said, do their thing, set the tone early, and be able to carry that momentum going into Morningside on Sunday.
Let's have some fun today, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you, brother.
Victor Rojas again joining us on the pregame show. Stick around. More coverage coming up next. It's the Broncos and the Tigers on Extreme Sports.
For all of your professional, residential, and commercial cleaning services, call the trusted experts at B&B Cleaning Pros of Hastings. They have been in business for over 4 years, delivering professional services one clean at a time. Reclaim your time and enjoy a healthier, fresher home with a call to B&B Cleaning Pros. Their meticulous cleaning professionals handle everything from routine upkeep to intensive deep cleans, tailored perfectly to your schedule and needs. They focus on kitchens, bathrooms, high traffic areas, dust removal, and floor care. Give them a call at 402-519-4602. Stop in at 123 North Lexington in Hastings, or visit them at bnbcleaningpros.com.
Spring is finally here and it's blooming at Bob's Ass Flowers. Shop our spring items featuring fresh tulips, beautiful mixed bouquets, and vibrant spring arrangements. Plus, spring home decor, silk stems to style your own space, and spring scented candles to make your home feel brand new. Refresh your space, surprise someone special, and celebrate the season of spring. We will also be having our spring sale March 16th through the 21st. We will have store-wide savings. Stop by Bob Sass Flowers, located at 2618 West 2nd Street in Hastings, where spring is in full bloom, serving Hastings and the surrounding areas since 1955.
Sundays are meant for relaxation and indulgence, and there is no better place to do it than at Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill in Hastings. Enjoy the Sunday brunch buffet from 10 to 2, where you will find an irresistible spread of breakfast favorites that will make your taste buds dance. Choose from fluffy pancakes to sizzling bacon, fresh fruits, and so much more. It is all you can eat and all you could ever want. Make your Sundays special with the brunch buffet at Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill on West 2nd in Hastings, right across the street from the water park. It is the perfect way to unwind and savor the flavors of the week.
I'm John Butler, Funeral Director and owner at Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the Advanced Funeral Planning Specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hi, this is Terry Anstein, President, 5 Points Bank of Hastings. On behalf of our shareholders, directors, and staff, I would like to thank all of our great customers for helping us become the fastest growing bank in Hastings. I would also like to invite everyone in the Hastings area to stop in and visit with one of our bankers and learn how we can be your bank for the long run. Locally owned, locally managed, 5 Points Bank, the better bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Duncan Field here on a Friday afternoon. Tyson Nevronic with you as we get set for Hastings College baseball here today. And before we get underway with the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers, let's get a quick look at the starting lineup that has been presented to us here by head coach Victor Rojas. The starting lineups are brought to you in part by B&B Cleaning Pros of Hastings, your trusted cleaning experts for homes and businesses. First for Hastings College on the bump today, it'll be Xander Hardy getting the start. Xander Hardy coming in from Casper, Wyoming, a senior here for this Bronco baseball team, as he'll be going up against this lineup presented by Dakota Wesleyan. Lane Darrow getting the start out in center field. Caleb Myers in right batting second. It'll be Mason Riley batting third out in left field. Dexter Payne, the cleanup hitter in the first base position. It'll be Talon Bale, the third baseman here for the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers. Shortstop batting sixth will be Joe Tharaldson. Jackson Jarding in the designated hitter spot batting seventh. The catcher, Carter Brown, batting eighth. And rounding out the nine here for DWU will be Brent Robner, the second baseman. Brock Berry getting the start in on the mound here today for the Tigers. For Dakota Wesleyan, they are wearing the black jerseys, white numbers trimmed in blue with the gray pants. For Hastings College, it is the home whites. White tops, white bottoms, crimson red with the red caps here on a gorgeous Friday afternoon. Unseasonably warm, 22 degrees above the average temperature here for this time of year, and fans are enjoying it. It is not a whole lot of blankets and long pants and jackets and sweaters like we saw last weekend. 85 degrees here at first pitch as we are underway. First pitch inside for a ball from Xander Hardy, the Broncos starting pitcher here this afternoon. Again, the Broncos coming in with a record of 12-9, 1-3 in GPAC play, hoping to erase last weekend's results from the memory. Started off with a nice 4-3 victory over the Briarcliff Chargers, and things kind of unraveling from there, dropping 3 straight games, and 3 straight games where Briarcliff's offense was pretty impressive throughout the entire series. Hastings College with a nice bounce-back win here in the midweek against Central Christian, and let's see if they can keep the momentum rolling right along here against DWU. Xander Hardy down in the count 2-0, fires one on the outside. It's a quick 3-0 count here to the leadoff hitter in Lane Darrow for the Tigers. We'll go around the diamond and meet our Broncos after this AB. Plenty to get to here on this afternoon's broadcast. Doubleheader scheduled for 2 today. First game, a 7-inning affair with the second, our nightcap, the full 9. So strap in, settle in for 16 innings of ball here on a Friday afternoon from Duncan. The get-me-by fastball in there for a strike. Here's 3-1 from Hardy. Gets the sign and delivers. And swung on and missed. Hardy battling back. Count is full now at 3-2. Just underway here. First pitch. Slightly before our 2 p.m. first anticipated first pitch. Going to call it 1:58 as Hardy misses upstairs for a ball. Let's go meet the rest of the Broncos defensively. We mentioned Xander Hardy on the bump today. It'll be Peyton Vargas, his battery mate, doing the catching. On the corners, it's Evan Morrison as well as Diego Martinez, excuse me. Out in the outfield, Bruno Haynes and Martinez. Up the middle, it's Valdez and Tyler Rojas at second base. As this pitch is a foul tip towards the backstop. Up to bat for DWU, Caleb Myers. Myers, a senior from Frederick, Colorado. A lot of upperclassmen here on this DWU lineup. Some familiar names from a year ago when they came down to Duncan. Showing bunt, and it's popped up, and it's caught here by the catcher, and that'll make for an easy double play. Vargas over to Morrison in time. The bunt is popped up, and the sacrifice spoiled as the Broncos turn a easy double play there. Mason Riley now up to the plate. Lane Darrow, who was off on the pitch after the walk, got doubled up on the 2-3 DP. So Hardy goes back to work here on the left fielder this afternoon, Mason Riley for the Tigers. Mason coming in, a junior from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, just down the road from Mitchell. This one is chopped foul. 0-2 count. DWU, Mitchell, South Dakota, their home of the famous Corn Palace in the basketball circuit. Broncos getting a little help after the leadoff walk. The sacrifice bunt that was popped up to turn to an easy double play, and here's a get-by fastball for strike 3. Hardy getting Riley to fan out. And the Tigers are out here of the first with no damage done. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. Let's go to the bottom of the first here from Duncan, Hastings College, and Dakota Wesleyan this afternoon here on Extreme Sports.
Nicole is having her favorite Runza salad.
The something ranch salad.
It's the chicken bacon ranch salad.
But you can put whatever else you want around it. I'm here for the ranch.
I'm with you. Runza's homemade ranch is perfect. It's so good. A classic.
It's literally the only reason I like salad.
Great point. Come get a salad with your ranch. Try Runza's Chicken Bacon Ranch Salad today. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
Here's Doncic wheeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Call it a foul.
The home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
Great start for Hastings College defensively as they were able to get a double play to kill the early threat from Dakota Wesleyan. End up facing the minimum there in the top half of the first as we get set to go here in the bottom of the first. Hastings College coming to the plate. They'll be going up against Brock Berry here this afternoon, a sophomore from Shadron, Nebraska. Brock Berry getting the start here for the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers. Tyler Rojas leading things off. It'll be Rojas, Morrison, and Bruno, and we'll get you the rest of the lineup as this bat unfolds. We're ready to roll here. Bottom of the first inning, just underway here from Duncan Field. Rojas squaring around a bunt. Pitch comes inside, and it's in there for a strike. Might have caught a little piece of the bat, too, for a foul tip. Broncos looking to strike early here and keep the momentum from the Wednesday victory against Central Christian. Keeping that momentum going here into this GPAC doubleheader against the Tigers. Then a road contest awaits the Broncos this weekend as they'll take on the Morningside Mustangs. 1-1 count here to Rojas as Berry delivers. It's inside, and that might have caught him. It did. Hit by pitch. Rojas is aboard. Now an opportunity for the Broncos to cash in on the wayward pitch. Tyler Rojas leading things off. Evan Morrison, the first baseman batting second. It'll be Samuel Bruno, the left fielder batting third. Peyton Vargas cleaning things up for the Broncos. Tristan Martinez batting fifth. Cody Haynes batting sixth as that ball misses on the outside. It'll be 1-0. Jared Delgado batting seventh. He'll be the designated hitter this afternoon for HC. Martinez and Jace Valdez to round out 8 and 9. Again, Xander Hardy at the bump here for the Broncos. 2-0. Second straight miss from Berry with Tyler Rojas awaiting at first base after being plunked by the first pitch. Rojas is off on the pitch. This one is low inside, and there'll be no throw. Rojas slides in safely. And the Broncos have a runner in scoring position over at the second base bag. Gotta like what you're seeing from HC here early on. Runner in scoring position, nobody down. And now a 3-0 count to Evan Morrison. That pitch is in there for a strike. Morrison taking all the way. Bruno waiting in the on-deck circle. We'll go ahead and meet the Tiger defense as soon as this at-bat comes to a conclusion. Here's the 3-1 from Berry. That's low, and it's a hit by pitch and a walk to start things off here for the sophomore for DWU. That'll bring up Samuel Bruno. Let's meet the Tiger defense. Riley Darrow and Myers left to right respectively in the outfield. It's Bale at the hot corner. First base is played by Payne. Thorlton and Grobner up the middle. Berry and Brown, your battery mates. Berry the pitcher, Brown doing the catching here this afternoon for the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers. Samuel Bruno, 2 on, nobody down here in the bottom of the first inning. Broncos looking to play a little small ball. Showing bunt, pulls it back. It's a 1-0. Great Plains Athletic Conference doubleheader. Pinch me, it's 85 degrees in mid-March. As Rojas is off, as is Morrison, and it's going to be a double steal for HC. No, Hastings College baseball, not the only major sporting event that is going on in our world right now. We'll periodically throughout the afternoon be keeping tabs on what's going on in the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Nebraska women also in action in the round of 64. Bruno squaring around to bunt. That one's by him. In there for a strike, sitting up a 2-1 count. Kentucky in their matchup, I believe against Santa Clara. That was going down to the wire. We'll get you a final there. Here's a 2-1. Inside. Yesterday's big upsets in the NCAA basketball tournament. High Point and VCU. As VCU had a miraculous comeback against the Tar Heels of North Carolina. Bruno, high, chopper. This is going to be a tough play, and there's going to be a throw wide, and Bruno is aboard. Just bounce it off the carpet and watch it happen. A high chopper from Bruno is going to be able to drive in Rojas, and that'll be an infield RBI single for Samuel Bruno. Peyton Vargas now stepping up to the plate in the left-handed batter's box. The Broncos threatening here in the bottom of the first. Already a run scored, and now runners at the corners with a 1-0 lead. That pitch is low and inside, in there for a ball. Here to the cleanup hitter for the Broncos. 85 degrees at first pitch. We're going to be working towards a high of 87 today. Winds out of the north at around 10 miles per hour. Gusts only around 13. And tomorrow, believe it or not, it's not like your typical Nebraska March where it's 87 one day and 8 the next. Tomorrow is going to be even warmer. Might shatter some records. 93. That's almost June-like temperatures here in Hastings in the middle of March. We'll take it. 3-0 count now to the cleanup hitter Vargas as Barry has struggled with command here early for the Tigers. Barry looks in. Vargas squares around a bunt and pulls it back. He's going to miss on the outside, and that'll load him up here for the Broncos early on. And a quick visit out here to the mound from the pitching coach, as it'll be a courtesy runner coming in, Ben Richter. Richter will run for the catcher, Peyton Vargas. So Morrison at third, Bruno at second, Vargas at the first base bag. And the early command troubles for the starter, Brock Berry, has brought out the Dakota Wesleyan pitching coach and the rest of the infield to try to figure out how they're going to squander this early Bronco threat. Leadoff walks, hit by pitches, those will kill you, gang. And Dakota Wesleyan experiencing that firsthand. Rojas was plunked by the pitch in the first at-bat. Came back to walk Morrison. Bruno with the high chopper. And just the wheels was able to wheel out an infield single for an RBI. And then you turn around and you walk the cleanup hitter in Peyton Vargas in 4 straight pitches. And now the bases are loaded with nobody out. Nowhere to put him. Tristan Martinez steps up to the plate, takes a look at a first pitch strike. Was likely taking all the way until Brock Berry was able to find the zone, and he does. So an 0-1 here with the bases juiced for the Broncos. Trying to strike early and often. Swing and a miss there from Tristan Martinez. With Cody Haynes awaiting in the on-deck circle. Big opportunity for the Broncos to break this game open early, and here is a sharp shot right up the middle, and it's going to be in there for a base knock. Coming around third, in to score. It's a 2-run single as Morrison scores and Bruno scores. And a 2 RBI single for Tristan Martinez. The Broncos get their second hit of the ball game, and now have a 3-0 lead right out of the chute, and still nobody down. Like it, love it, want some more of it. The great country singer Tim McGraw once said. I think the same sentiment can be said for some Bronco baseball fans as this pitch is going to hop off the plate and get over the catcher's head. And that'll put 2 runners into scoring position now. Here for HC, it's no 1 count. Runner at second and third, nobody down. And right now is a struggling start here for Brock Berry. nobody warming up in the DWU pen. Barry's going to try to work out of some danger here early here in this ball game. This would be a Houdini act to get out with limited bleeding. 3-0. HC on top. A 2 RBI single from Tristan Martinez. And it's Richter at third and Martinez in scoring position over at the second base bag after the wild pitch. Haynes backs out, calls for time. A 3-0 upcoming. Squares around, pulls it back, and it's in there on the outside corner. Barry sets in, gets ready to deliver. Hitters count. This is chopped. I thought that was off the plate. It's going to be foul anyway, as it's fielded on the foul line in the first base bag. That'll set up a payoff pitch upcoming here at 3-2. The count here to Cody Haynes. Barry delivers, and that misses inside. And another free pass here for Bronco as Jared Delgado now steps up to the plate. Back to the same sweet scenario for HC. Bases loaded, nobody out. Let's keep tacking on if you're a Bronco fan. Then draw up a better start. Jared Delgado at the plate, looks at a strike. Richter at third. Martinez at second. Haynes over at the first base bag. Ducks on the pond for Jared Delgado as he looks at an 0-1 and chops this one foul on the third base side. It's a Rojas with the one-handed grab over in the third base coaching box. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed, and base occupied, so despite the strike being dropped, nowhere to put Delgado. He'll go down on strikes. First out for strikeout. Here for Brock Berry on the afternoon, as that'll bring up Diego Martinez. See if Diego can't do the same thing Tristan did, and he does. Finds the gap out in right center. Richter will score. Tristan will score. Diego's going to slide in for second, as it'll be a 2 RBI double for Diego Martinez. 3 hits, 5 runs here for the Broncos, and the 9-hitter coming to the plate in this big bottom of the first for HC. 5-0 on your scoreboard. Jace Valdez coming to the plate. Broncos establishing some ambush tactics here in the early going. Martinez over at the second base bag. He needs a shoe tie here really quick. So Cody Haynes now at third. Diego Martinez at second. Jace Valdez in at the plate. 5 runs have already come across to score. How important is strike throwing in the NAIA? We saw it firsthand last weekend. DWU is seeing it here. Couple walks, a hit by pitch, and the Broncos have made the Tiger pitching staff pay to the tune of a 5 spot here in the first, and looking to do more. Still just 1 down, as they'll be batting around here in the bottom of the first. Chopped foul here from Jace Valdez. Tyler Rojas again, the leadoff hitter in the on-deck circle. So unless an unfortunate shallow fly ball gets thrown out for a double play, Broncos are looking to bat around here in the first. 5 runs, 3 hits. 2 walks, a hit batter. That's 5 spot. Here's Barry's delivery. And Jace slaps this one towards the right field line, and it's going to push just foul. Hastings College Baseball this afternoon on the Extreme Sports Network on GPAC Sports Network. Brought to you in part by 5 Points Bank of Hastings, the Better Bank. The 1-2. Here to Jace Valdez. It gets away. Valdez gets in. And coming in to score is going to be Cody Haynes. So Valdez reaching safely on the drop strikeout. Swing and a miss. Valdez will take first. Haynes comes around to score. And it's Diego Martinez at the third base bag. It's 6-0. Tyler Rojas chopping this one right back into the net. It's going to be foul. 3 hits, 6 runs here for HC. Looking to do some more damage. The 0-1. Rojas squares around, lays down a beauty, and there's going to be no play at home. A perfectly executed sacrifice bunt scores the run. Sack bunt, RBI, Tyler Rojas. That'll bring up Evan Morrison. With Valdez now at the second base bag, and there is 2 down here for HC. And again, this all coming here in the very first inning. 7-0 scoreline. What a way to start for the Broncos. Morrison looking to keep it going here with 2 down. Check swing, and he's going to go around. The run comes down to third, and he's going to slide it in safely. Does Jace Valdez. So it'll be an 0-1 with a runner at third and 2 down. The 11th batter of the inning. 7-0 HC on just 3 hits. Here's the pitch. Frozen rope right back up the middle, and it's going to be bobbled. It's be an error on the shortstop. Thorwaldson can't field it. Another run comes around to score. Valdez in as Morrison reaches on the E6. And Samuel Bruno. Looks up at an 8-0 lead. They're scoring at a hit for now. Ball bobbled by the shortstop. Wasn't able to make the play. Bruno looking to keep her rolling. Again, scoreboard says 8 runs, 4 hits. So we'll go officially rule that as an infield single for now. Samuel Bruno says, I need batting gloves. Hot and sweaty, sticky day. 85 degrees. Again, uncommon here for the middle of March. Bat just straight slipped from his hands, and Bruno says, give me some gloves, would you? Heads back to the dugout, and now back to the right-handed batter's box. Here's the delivery from Barry. And it skips up off the turf. Again, no activity in the Tiger bullpen. A rough start here for Brock Barry. Couple of walks, an error, a dropped strike, and here is a little pop out to second to end things as the final out has been made. But not before the Broncos send 12 to the plate. 8 score on just 4 hits. Great start here for the HC baseball team. They lead it over the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers 8-0. Here from Duncan Field, you're listening to Bronco Baseball here on the Extreme Sports Network.
The Great Plains Athletic Conference is committed to being champions in the classroom, in our communities, and in competition. And we are also proud to be an NAIA 5-star Champions of Character Conference. To learn more about the GPAC, follow us on social media on Instagram, X, and Facebook. And watch the GPAC on the GPAC Network. The Great Plains Athletic Conference, academic and athletic excellence since 2000.
Extreme Sports the ultimate destination for sports enthusiasts.
This is the greatest record in the history of sports.
Broadcasting live 24/7.
Just have some fun out here, and enjoy the journey of all this of trying to get 16 wins and going after a gold trophy.
We give the people what they want.
And I am a huge sports fan. I love sports.
Well, Xander Hardy has to be breathing a breath of relief. He has run support, to say the least. 8 runs coming across to score for the Hastings College Broncos at the bottom of the first inning. About a 23-minute inning for Hastings College. 4 hits, a couple of walks, a hit batter. There was a drop third strike that led to a Bronco run. A routine ball up the middle that turned into an infield single, and add up all those ingredients, the Broncos made Dakota Wesleyan pay for every single misstep in the bottom of the first and have cashed in for 8 to build a cushion here for their starter, Xander Hardy. As the first pitch is fouled here from the leadoff man, Dexter Payne, in the cleanup spot here for Dakota Wesleyan after the first 3 batters were retired from Hardy in the first. Again, game started with a leadoff walk for Hastings College, but a good little bit of defense and a misexecuted bunt attempt that turned into a easy-peasy double play for the Broncos. And the Bronco offense cashed in. Here's a high fly ball, left field side. Underneath it's going to be Bruno, and there's one down. One down here, top of the second inning. As it'll be Talon Bale coming up to the plate. Xander Hardy looking in at the right-handed batter. Lines and delivers, and just misses. Talon Ball, sophomore from Georgetown, Texas. Puts a swing into this one, and it's popped up. Center fielder going back. Haynes is going to watch this one bounce off the wall, and Ball has an easy double. A stand-up double for the 5-hitter here for the Dakota Wesleyan lineup. Bounce that baby right off the 408 sign. And it's a runner in scoring position here for the Tigers as they look to try to start to claw back into this one. Pun intended. Joe Tharaldson now coming to the plate. Joey, a junior from Champlin, Minnesota. Basically Canada. It's up there on the north side. Here's the pitch. Fouled into the netting. As Hardy now works from the stretch with a runner in scoring position on the second base bag. The double from Ball, the first hit for the Tigers this afternoon. So the no-hitter watch is officially over. Here in this first game, scheduled for 7 innings. Second half of our double dip. Going to go the full 9 here in GPAC play. One's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out with number 1, Joe Tharaldson at the plate. Pitch from Hardy. Going to go inside. Beautiful scoop up from Vargas to keep that from going to the backstop and putting a runner 90 feet away at the third base bag. Walking around the bump. Getting a little mental reset's going to be Xander. Secondary lead here at the second base bag from Ball. A quick check back to second and delivers towards home. That's in there right at the knees. A BB from Xander Hardy, an absolute beauty. Couldn't have walked over there and placed it any better if you're Xander Hardy. 2-2 count. Let's put up a K here. Hardy looks in. Inside. Now to bring the count full. 3-2. Here to the 6-hole Joe Tharaldson. Tharaldson trying to atone for a defensive miscue that Cost a couple more runs for the Tigers. Pitch is on the inside, and Broncos can't get the call. Thoraldson's going to walk. Runners at first and second. Plenty of options for an infield double play now for the Broncos. Power of positivity, baby. Here's Jackson Jarding stepping up to the plate. Jarding, the designated hitter here this afternoon for the Tigers. Coming in, a junior from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. An awkward swing. Going to catch the basically the handle of the bat. And it tore him out of the batter's box, too. Jarding is going to ground out to first. The runners will advance on the play. A sort of a excuse-me swing, and I think he was trying to pull it back, but forward momentum, and that just kind of hit off the handle. Great location there from Hardy. There's 2 down here with 2 runners on. Carter Brown, the catcher. Now stepping up to the plate. Brown, a junior from Sergeant Bluff, Iowa. 2 Tigers aboard in scoring position. Xander Hardy delivers, and this ball is popped foul. Nice crowd on hand here this afternoon. Again, a gorgeous Friday afternoon for baseball here in Hastings. It's mid-March, and we don't get that many opportunities to say those words in that order. That one missed somewhere. Love to have the ABS system take a second look at that. Nevertheless, here comes the 1-1. Hardy looks in, gets the sign. Here from Vargas, and delivers. And it just misses on the outside corner again. Trying to paint the corners. Must be just a bit outside the line. Here's the pitch. Fouled back. And now it'll be 2-2. Deuce is wild. Top of the second inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. 2 aboard here for the Tigers, who trail it 8-0 after the Broncos sent 12 batters to the plate in the bottom of the first. Xander Hardy looking for the 2-2, and it's just a little bit low. Another nice save there from Vargas to keep it in front of him. Payoff pitch upcoming here from Duncan in the top of the second. Hardy trying to hang on to the big cushion that was afforded to him by his offense. The 3-2 fouled back into play. Into the stands. It's right there in row A. Get it. It's 50 cents. Nobody is interested in the foul ball in row A. Seat 2. Here's the 3-2 from Xander. Inside, and that'll load him up. Carter Brown draws the walk, and that'll send Brent Grobner to the plate. Grubner, sophomore from Elk River, Minnesota. Some walks. Have Xander Hardy in trouble here with Grobner. Now at the plate with the bases loaded, an 8-0 lead here for HC. As that pitch, I don't know where. Victor Rojas is going to have a conversation here with Xander Hardy. 3 attempts on the outside corner, hasn't got a 1. So Victor Rojas having a chat here with Xander Hardy and Vargas. So there's some strikes. Let the defense make some plays behind you. 8-0 scoreline here on Extreme Sports. Game 1 of 2 today here in this Hastings College baseball doubleheader here from historic Duncan Field, established in 1940. So many great moments here in Hastings baseball history. 199 home runs hit out of here thus far through its long storied history. 370 down left, 367 in right, power alleys 405, straightaway center 408. Wind blowing in today. That won't help the race to the 200th home run, as the 1-0 is checked and missed. Or are we getting a complete redo as batter wasn't set? All right, 1-0 still. Late time call. Base is loaded. And Xander Hardy looking to work out of danger here in the top half of the second. Pitch in there for a strike. Grubner taking all the way. Lane Darrow, the leadoff hitter, waiting in the on-deck circle. Broncos trying for a big out here. Here's the 1-2. Hardy looks in. Winds and delivers. Swung on and missed. It's a big strikeout for Xander Hardy. And the Broncos get out of the inning with the bases juiced. A little Houdini act. Grubner goes down swinging. The bases stay loaded for the Tigers, and no damage on the scoreboard for the Broncos. They lead it 8-0 here over Dakota Wesleyan as we get set to go to the bottom of the second. You're listening to Bronco Baseball this afternoon here on Extreme Sports.
If you experience air conditioning problems this summer, call the experts at Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning of Hastings. Ruts is a local, family-owned business with over 45 years of experience in the HVAC industry. They service all makes and models of heating and cooling equipment for both residential and commercial customers. You can trust Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning to complete all repairs, installations, and maintenance work on time. If you're shopping for a new air conditioner or heating system, remember Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning. They have a broad range of systems to choose from. Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning. Call 402-463-4853.
Bored of the same old sports coverage? Get on the cutting edge of sports with Extreme Sports.
That ball hammers deep toward left into the well. That ball is gone.
The biggest plays, breaking news, and we can't forget the best sports talk.
Let's be great. Let's be great.
We are Extreme Sports.
Back here with Bronco Baseball this afternoon here from Duncan Field on Extreme Sports. Bronco Baseball brought to you in part by High Street Insurance Partners, looking out for you. Also by Highland Dairy, locally made and naturally delicious. Hastings College up to the tune of 8-0, an 8 spot in the first. 12 batters coming around to the plate as they bat around and then some. 8 runs, 4 hits, a couple of walks, a hit batter, and it's Peyton Vargas, the cleanup hitter, leading things off in the bottom of the second. Nice job of damage control by Xander Hardy. He loaded up the bases all with walks, but was able to get out of the inning. Excuse me, there was one hit. I apologize, one hit back in the top half of the second as Vargas rips this one, but it's going to go foul. So Vargas steps up. A lot of breathing room here for the Broncos here this afternoon, but as we saw in NAIA baseball, breathing room is a little tricky sometimes. Central Christian had a 6-run lead that evaporated earlier this week as Hastings College mounted a comeback for a midweek victory matchup before returning here to GPAC play. They'll play these 2 games against Dakota Wesleyan and 2 against Morningside coming up this weekend in Morningside. In Sioux City. Pitch, breaker, misses for a ball. It's 1-2. All right, I'll bring you some scores here from the NCAA basketball tournament here after this AB. Here's the 1-2 delivery. It misses outside. Arizona's cruising against Long Island, 88-52. That's no doubt about her. Virginia and Wright State. Wright State hanging around with the Cavaliers. That's 67-61 ball game. 7:52 to play. Iowa State clobbering Tennessee State as this ball is ripped from Peyton Vargas. Right fielder is going to turn around and watch it hop off the wall. Vargas wheels around to second. It's going to be a stand-up double for Peyton Vargas. Ripped it just to the right of the 405 marker. And a lead-off double for the Broncos. Tristan Martinez stepping up to the plate. Iowa State clobbering Tennessee State 35-9. Alabama in a tight one with Hofstra midway through the first. Kentucky survives a scare against Santa Clara 89-84. Texas Tech blows out the Zips by 20. Big 12 flexing in the Midwest against my MAC schools. The Akron Zips fall. Doesn't say a whole lot for the other team in the MAC that made the NCAA basketball tournament. Those who shall not be named. And here's Tristan Martinez coming up to the plate. 8-0 scoreline. 5 hits here for the Broncos, and Martinez, boy, that one got inside, and that was more of a bunt attempt in self-defense as that one goes foul. It's 0-1 here to Tristan Martinez. Martinez with the 2 RBI single back in the first. And another runner in scoring position, Peyton Vargas over there at the second base bag, who I believe has been courtesy run for from Ben Richter. As Martinez squares around and lays down an absolute beauty down the third base line. Tough play, and just in time. Oh, my. That's what happens when you only have 2 umpires. Bang, bang play at first base. Martinez is going to be out. Thought he was a step and a half in front. But the infield umpire sitting in between second and third. Obviously not the greatest angle for the glove in the foot. Going to rule him out on the bang, bang play. Vargas is going to take the third base bag. And Cody Haynes stepping up to the plate. Tough break for the Broncos, who are looking to put Brock Berry under even more duress here in the second. Victor Rojas shouting some instructions from the third base coaching box. Chopper foul. Lined off the dugout. Heading down the third base line. Haynes with a walk thus far today and a run scored. Part of that big 8-run inning as he'll swing at this one and chop it foul. Out towards the UP tracks behind us. 41 minutes in and no train thus far. That might break a record. As the 0-2 is on the outside corner for a ball. Nice job by Cody Haynes to hold off. High school baseball getting underway today. It's opening day for the NSAA high school teams. As this is a rocket shot right back up the middle. And Haynes is going to have an RBI single. Coming around to score will be Richter, and that'll add another for the Broncos. 9-0. Bottom of the second. Like what direction this game is going in. Jared Delgado stepping up to the plate. 9 runs, 6 hits. Here for HC. As Jared Delgado will step up to the plate. He went down on strikes. Albeit it was a dropped third strike. And might have been able to create some chaos, but the bases were occupied. It was bases loaded in that scenario. Long lead for Haynes. He's going to be off on the pitch, and he's in there safely. The ball's going to get away from the shortstop here, and boy, bad to worse for Dakota Wesleyan. Haynes takes third base. Wasn't really even any reason to throw. Haynes had such a huge jump. I mean, he was halfway to the second base bag before that ball was delivered. There wasn't really a realistic prayer that that was going to get there in time, and like we said, bad to worse puts a runner at third base here for the Broncos. Delgado now with an opportunity to cash in here at the plate, but goes down on strikes for the second time here this afternoon. So a little 2-out hitting here for the Broncos is due. Diego Martinez at the plate. 2 RBI double. Out to right center in his first AB. Runner aboard at third. Big 2-out opportunity to try to put the Broncos up by double digits here in the first 2 innings of play. It's an 0-1 count. Here to Diego. Brock Berry still on the bump here for Dakota Wesleyan. And delivers a bender in there at the knees for a strike. And it's a quick 0-2. Can't remember the last time the AC has been on in the Duncan Field press box in March. Here's the 0-2. This one's going to get away, and it's going to be an opportunity here for Haynes to score, and there's going to be no play. It's a 10-0 lead here for the Broncos on the wild pitch. Ten runs, 6 hits, 1 error. As Haynes comes across to score for the second time here this evening. Now nobody aboard for Diego Martinez and the 1-2 count. The delivery by Berry, chopped, and this is going to be a tough play, and a nice play by the third baseman, IQ level 100 from Ball, who just skips over the ball that was trailing towards foul territory instead of trying to make what would have only been accomplished by maybe the feet of Nolan Arenado. There would no way on that little slow chopper that play was going to be made from the hot corner, and Ball just simply jumps up over the baseball and watches it go foul. So Diego stepping back up to the plate. Broncos living by the mantra of put the ball in play, good things have happened. 10 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. Pop fly, right field side, and the side is retired. Myers underneath it. The fly out to right ends the second. Broncos up by double digits as we head towards the third. A 10-0 start here for Hastings College on a Friday afternoon from Duncan Field. More Bronco baseball coming up right around the corner. You're listening to Extreme Sports.
At High Street Insurance and Financial Services, we are agents of change. We believe life is full of new opportunities, and we guide you forward with strength and confidence so together we can build stronger, more resilient communities, illuminating the path ahead, where opportunities are always within reach. We do it for all our futures. High Street Insurance and Financial Services, located at 3606 Cimarron Plaza, Suite 280 in Hastings.
Keep it here on Extreme Sports.
Hits it to right field. Brennan is back. He's at the wall, and we are tied.
Your all-access pass to nonstop sports talk and live play-by-play coverage.
You guys are the #1 sports station because you make the phones light up.
Welcome back to Bronco baseball coverage this afternoon here on Extreme Sports, also on the GPAC Sports Network. Tyson and Veronica with you. Bronco baseball here this afternoon is brought to you in part by Mammoth Sports Construction. Do something big. Also by Mary Lanning Healthcare. Your care, our inspiration. Great start for Hastings College so far this afternoon through 10 runs on the scoreboard. 6 hits, a couple walks, a hit batter, an error, a miscue at shortstop. All the ingredients necessary for what's been a big offensive outburst here for the Broncos on a Friday afternoon. Xander Hardy going back to work, top of the order. He will face here in the third. It's Darrow, Myers, and Riley. Darrow led off the ball game with a leadoff walk, but then got stranded on a sacrifice bunt attempt that was popped up into the air that turned into a easy double play. Darrow slashes this one on the right field side. It's going to go foul. 1 ball, 1 strike as that one's out in the parking lot. They did recover the baseball, by the way, in Seat 2, Section A. So that's good news. As Darrow hits this one back by the parking lot. But if you're just joining us and have made your way to the ballpark, check the parking lot for a couple souvenirs. They've sent a couple back in that direction. As it'll be a 1-2 delivery here to Lane Darrow with Caleb Myers awaiting in the on-deck circle. Old Glory out straightaway center, just lightly whipping around as this pitch is in at the knees, and it'll be a strike 3. Lane Darrow goes down on strikes. Getting nothing like the monsoon that started off our sports broadcast last week at the Bill Smith Softball Complex, where we had 45-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Then we started our baseball coverage that Friday afternoon with the beginning of the GPAC season against Briar Cliff. Wind wasn't much better that day, as Hastings College ultimately would drop 3 of 4 to the Chargers after picking up the win in game number 1. And there was so much juice here at Duncan Field after that first victory, and they could not capitalize on the momentum, but we'll see if that's now appears to be well in their rear view as they're off to a 10-0 start here against the Tigers. Dakota Wesleyan pitch on the outside corner. You betcha in there for a strike. It's 0-2 here to the 2-hitter Caleb Myers. Xander Hardy getting out of a bases-loaded jam back in the second. And his offense continues to put up crooked numbers on the board for him. A 10-0 cushion outside corner. Give it to him, Blue. Come on. Vargas, he turns around, looks at his dugout, says, no, that was outside. Don't worry too much about it. They were chirping a little. The 1-2 here from Xander. Looks in, gets the sign from Peyton. It's a chopper second base sign. Going to be fielded by Rojas over to Morrison. A 4-3 put out. And there's 2 down here in third. Mason Riley went down on strikes in his first at-bat. He'll step up to the plate. Big, powerful hitter out of that right-handed batter's box coming out of the 3-hole in the tomb of Mason Riley. Just a big dude. If we stood back to back, I'd go to his elbows. Power hitter here for the Tigers, but Hardy going right after him and gets a blow it by a fastball here for the first strike. It's the 0-1 delivery with 2 down. Here in the top of the third. That one misses low. Riley again, a junior from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Homegrown product here for the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers. Pitch going to miss upstairs. And that'll bring the count to 2-1. Second weekend GPAC baseball here on the Extreme Sports Network. Again, Hastings College women's basketball team falling in Sioux City, Iowa last night to St. Francis. Just a gritty defensive effort from St. Francis in that victory as this ball is fouled back out of play. And that'll bring the count to 2-2 with 2 down. Hastings College women's basketball season comes to a conclusion, so it's baseball and softball, our spring sports. The rest of the way through the spring sports season. Here's the 2-2 from Hardy. Misses inside. Nebraska, by the way, winning their first ever national tournament matchup yesterday against Troy. Game times have been set. 7:45 Saturday night in the nightcap against Vanderbilt. That should be a fun one. Here's the payoff pitch, 3-2. Hardy delivers, off speed, gets him swinging. Mason Riley goes down on strikes. Another strikeout for Xander Hardy, and the Broncos are out of the third with 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. Let's go to the bottom of the third with the Broncos cruising, leading 10-0 over the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers. More GPAC baseball right after this on Extreme Sports.
The Great Plains Athletic Conference is committed to being champions in the classroom, in our communities, and in competition. And we are also proud to be an NAIA 5-star Champions of Character Conference. To learn more about the GPAC, follow us on social media on Instagram, X, and Facebook. And watch the GPAC on the GPAC Network. The Great Plains Athletic Conference, academic and athletic excellence since 2000.
You're locked in to Extreme Sports.
Olivares now hits a line drive to deep left field. Ward is back to the wall. Granny time!
Here's Doncic wheeling inside in traffic and got it to go. Got it, the foul.
The home of 24/7 Sports Talk. Nothing but pure sports action.
Hastings College baseball here on a Friday afternoon. Comfortable 10-0 lead. Fans enjoying it. Dugout enjoying it. Coaching staff enjoying it. Broadcast crew having a heck of a time here with a 10-0 cushion. As Jace Valdez will step up to the plate. Bottom of the third, 10 runs, 6 hits. There's been one Tiger error. And thus far, Xander Hardy limiting the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers to just one base knock, as it's going to be a two-hopper to shortstop here from Valdez. Thurlton over to Payne in time, a 6-3 putout, as Jace is retired to start things off here in the Bronco third. Tyler Rojas coming up to the plate here for Hastings College. Rojas hit by a pitch and then got a RBI on a suicide squeeze bunt. He laid down. Bronco baseball this afternoon brought to you by Pepsi. Deliciously refreshing. Let's use our words on a Friday. I know it's Friday. Made it to the end of the week, but no excuse to stop using our words. Tyson 2-0. Here to Tyler Rojas, T-Row, with Evan Morrison in the on-deck circle. Hops off the plate. That'll be 3-0 count here to the Bronco leadoff hitter. Barry's still on the bump. Again, this first game scheduled for 7 innings. The 9-inning evening contest. Scheduled around, we'll just say 4:30-ish. Depending on when this baby wraps up. Generally about 20 to 30 minutes in between games, and we'll get you set for game number 2, the 9-inning second half, as the Broncos look for a home sweep here against Dakota Wesleyan Tigers on a Friday afternoon. T-Row slaps this one to the right side, and camping out and calling everybody off is going to be Grobner over at second base bag. Tyler Rojas pops out to the second baseman. One second baseman pops out to another. And there's 2 down here in the third. Evan Morrison stepping up to the plate. Morrison with 2 home runs here at Duncan Field last week against the York Panthers. He looks at one pitch. He gets plunked. That's the second hit batter here for Hastings College this afternoon. Sprinkle in a couple walks and some suspect defense and 6 hits. And the scoreboard does not deceive you. It's 10-0. Broncos out in front here early on. Samuel Bruno stepping up to the plate. An RBI single. To his credit this afternoon, Morrison's off on the pitch. Here's the throw, and Morrison's going to slide in there safely. Tag was late. Shortstop on the wrong side of the bag there. Or, wait now. He was ruled safe. But they have come off the diamond. All right. Overruled, I guess. Don't know what happened there. Let's go to the top of the fourth, shall we? 10-0. Broncos out on top of Dakota.
Hi, this is Terry Anstein, President, 5 Points Bank of Hastings. On behalf of our shareholders, directors, and staff, I would like to thank all of our great customers for helping us become the fastest growing bank in Hastings. I would also like to invite everyone in the Hastings area to stop in and visit with one of our bankers and learn how we can be your bank for the long run. Locally owned, locally managed, 5 Points Bank, the better bank. Member FDIC.
Back here with you at Duncan Field. Tyson and Ronick with you as we get set to go to the top of the fourth. Batter's interference. The call against Samuel Bruno. Morrison was safe on the play, but the batter's interference putting an end to the Bronco third as we get set to go here. Top half of the fourth inning, 10-0 your score. Hastings College out on top of DWU. 8 in the first, 2 in the second. As Xander Hardy gets set to go against the cleanup hitter in Dexter Payne. Again, just one hit thus far for the Tigers this afternoon. A couple walks issued by Xander Hardy. Other than that, it's been throw strikes and let the defense make plays behind you just like that. Rojas, Morrison, 4-3 as Dexter Payne is out of the inning. Out on the play. Talon Ball, a ringing double in his first plate appearance. He was stranded at third in the Tiger second. There's a pitch inside. That's going to get Ball. And Ball is aboard via a base on balls. Joe Thorlton stepping up to the plate. 1 on, 1 out here in the top half of the fourth. 10-0. Hastings College out on top of the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers, our friends from Mitchell, South Dakota. Long look over at the first base bag and delivers. A high chopper, fielded nicely from the third base coaching box. Hastings College baseball on a Friday afternoon brought to you by Runza. Runza, homemade fresh. Also by the Great Plains Athletic Conference. GPAC baseball well underway. Second weekend series here for the Broncos after starting off the season at home against the Briarcliff Chargers. A non-conference game, midweek game this past Wednesday against Central Christian, and now we're getting into the heart of the GPAC here. Dakota Wesleyan today from Duncan, Morningside this weekend on the road. A lot of familiar faces going to be going up here against HC, which is Montreal all season long. Since Victor Rojas came on board, has been why not us? Why not this Hastings College baseball team? Why can't they compete with the big dogs in the GPAC? And today, taking it to the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers to the tune of 10-0. Here's a hot shot to shortstop side. Fielded over. Do we have enough in time? 6-4-3. No. Just late on the comeback throw to first. Hard slide in from second base. Disrupts the play. Valdez to Rojas. Rojas couldn't get it over to first in time, so they get the lead runner, as it'll be a fielder's choice for Thorlton. And Rojas having a discussion here with the home plate umpire. I think he wants runner's interference on the play on the hard slide. He's going to go address the infield umpire here. Bang, bang play over the second base bag. Hard slide in on Valdez. And the throw back not in time. That is the ruling on the field. But Victor's going to have a discussion here with the infield umpire. He's already talked here with the home plate umpire, and now they're both going to get together. Broncos again up 10-0 here this afternoon. With an 8 spot in the first, they sent 12 to the plate. Long discussion happening. Umpire now removes the mask. Victor making his point here. He's going to give up on it, though. Shrugging of the shoulders, back to the dugout. We'll play some more ball. Jackson Jardine. After Thorlton reached on a fielder's choice. He got his 2 cents in and then some. And at no point was really hot with the umpires. Just made his point very clear. Here's the delivery to the 7-hitter in Jackson Jardine. who watches the pitch at the knees for a strike. Hardy back to work. So far, just one base hit here for the Tigers this afternoon. Outside corner, come on. 1-1. Blue does not like the nibbling. About 4 on that outside corner that have not been called. Here's the 1-1. Here to Jarding. Swung on and missed. Right back to it. Couldn't catch up to the breaker. Swung up over the top of it. Will we see it again or go up the ladder? Hardy looking for a big punch out here, and it gets inside. Change eye levels. Get him thinking a little bit. Maybe back up off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, 1 aboard. That is Thorlton over at the first base bag. As the delivery comes in from Hardy. Pops straight up the chute. Is this playable? No, it's into the stands. That's about where some friends of mine are going to be season ticket holders this summer for Sodbusters baseball. Victor Rojas, also the manager of the Sodbusters baseball program, coming up later this summer. They would have had a souvenir. They have plenty of baseballs, though. 2-2. Swung on and missed. Another big punch out from Xander Hardy as the Broncos throw up another 0 here in the top half of the 4th. Jackson Jardine goes down swinging. Bottom of the 4th we go. HC out on top 10-0 over Dakota Wesley, and you're listening to Bronco Baseball here on Extreme Sports.
Taylor is living the Runza dream.
The Fry Life is the high life.
He's stacking up rewards on the Runza mobile app.
Points on points on points on points.
That's a lot of free food from Runza.
Yep, I'm headed there for lunch today.
Download the Runza mobile app to start getting rewards. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Extreme Sports, the ultimate destination for sports enthusiasts.
This is the greatest record in the history of sports.
Broadcasting live 24/7.
Just have some fun out here, enjoy the journey of all this of trying to get 16 wins and going after a gold trophy.
We give the people what they want.
And I am a huge sports fan. I love sports.
Back with you here at Duncan Field. Tyson Vronick with you here on Extreme Sports as the Hastings College Bronco baseball team playing a doubleheader here this afternoon against the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers. Been all Broncos since the word go. 10 runs, 6 hits, no errors for HC. No runs, just 1 lone hit and 1 error for the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers. Peyton Vargas, the cleanup hitter, setting to lead things off here. He led off the second with a double. Come around to score. Broncos with an 8 spot again in the first, a 2 in the second. Before a batter's interference call put an early end to the third. I should say premature end. Ball's going to fall in between the third baseman and left fielder. Ball gave that one a heck of an effort. All the way from the third base bag. He's in the middle of the outfield out there in the foul territory. He tracked that one down for a long ways. Taking his time getting back to the third base bag. Yeah, catch your breath, big feller. As Vargas steps up again after the long foul ball. Foul territory goes for days and days and days out here at Duncan Field, both on the right and left field side. Pitch, Bender breaks in there for a strike, a beaut from Barry. The 0-2 here to Peyton Vargas. Tristan Martinez awaiting in the on-deck circle for HC. As this swung on and missed, Vargas goes down on strikes. Another strikeout for Brock Barry, who after the early shaky start, starting to settle in here a little bit for the Tigers. Broncos message just can't get complacent here. I know it's a 10-0 game, and sometimes the mind can drift and the execution can lack. Don't want that to happen as we put the finishing touches here on game 1 and get set for game 2. Tristan Martinez grounds out to third. It'll be a 5-3 put out. And 2 quick outs here for the starter in Brock Berry as Cody Haynes gets to step up to the plate. Haynes, single, an RBI, 2 runs scored. He's also walked here in the ballgame. 1 for 1, not a bad line score. And the day at the office as this one goes 5-hole on the catcher Brown. Bounces off the back wall and shoots up the netting. As the 1-0 comes into Haynes. Misses on the outside. 2-0 the count. Jared Delgado waiting in the on-deck circle. Delgado looking for his first contact. He is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. He wants to join the hit parade. Speaking of hits, this one is popped up off the carpet. Shortstop can't field it. Should be an E6 on the play as Thorlton boots another one off the glove. 2 errors for Dakota Wesleyan. Cody's going to reach via an E6. Jared Delgado stepping up to the plate. Again, Delgado looking to make some contact here and join his Bronco teammates in the hit column. Looks at a first pitch strike. 0-1. Here to J-Rod. The 0-1 to Delgado. No, it's going to be a pickoff play, but the pickoff is going to be wide. Haynes is going to wheel around second. He's got third base easy. Rojas is going to be waving him around. Ball all the way down. It's going to be a play at the plate, and he's going to slide in safe. Haynes gets from first to home on a pickoff that was thrown wide. Oh, when you're having your day, you're having your day. Haynes is going to come around to score for the 3rd time here this afternoon. He was dead to rights. Haynes was on the pickoff play, but the pickoff was thrown wide of the first baseman. Remember when I said that ball runs for miles and miles and miles in foul territory? Haynes takes advantage of a defensive blunder, and the Broncos strike for 1 in the most bizarre fashion. I have never seen somebody score on a misthrown pickoff. Here's the 1-1. It's going to hit Delgado. And frustration setting in now for DWU. They were in cruise control here this inning. They got 2 quick outs, and you're thinking, all right, well, we're going to get set to go to the 5th, and Haynes reaches on an error. Then a pickoff play that, in the most unconventional way, Haynes with his wheels comes around to score. Great awareness by Victor Rojas, by the way, on the third base coaching bag. He saw that the entire way. He was wheeling Haynes around from the minute he hit second base. He says, you can score on this play, and he did. Here is the 1-0 to Diego Martinez as Diego looks at one in there for a strike, 1-1, with Jared Delgado aboard at the first base bag. (2-0) here to Martinez. Put in play. Second base side gets past the diving second baseman Grobner. Delgado flying around second. He's going to get into third. Ball's going to be thrown away again, and it's going to bounce off the dugout and play at the plate. Home plate, the catcher didn't have clean control of it. Delgado's going to slide in safely. Martinez at the second base bag. The catcher never got a handle as that ball ricochets off the dugout. They tried to make another play at the plate. Catcher couldn't get a handle on the baseball. Delgado slides in safely. Diego Martinez manufactures a run. Gets to second on the play. They tried to throw down to third. The throw went wild to third. And Martinez gets an RBI single out of the mess. Turnaround throwback, nobody home between second and shortstop. 12-0, Hastings College out on top. What a difference a week makes. Jace Valdez now at the plate. Looks at a strike. 8 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the fourth. Broncos enjoying a day at the ballpark. And 9 more innings of baseball coming up following this 7-inning affair. Another turnaround to throw back, and nobody there again. And are we going to get a balk? We are. Yikes. Let's go to Wesleyan. Going to have a visit here. They're going to talk it out. And now they're pulling him back. All right. I wonder if he asked pretty please. If that was the magic words to get him to go back to second. Did he just say pretty please? It's 12-0. Here's Valdez. Chops one foul. I doubt those were the exact words that were used. 1-2. 2 down. You're in a 12-0 contest. Hastings College having some fun here on a Friday afternoon. Barry's still on the bump. Winds and delivers and throws one low and outside. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. A runner at second base. Valdez struck out but reached after the throwdown was not in time on the dropped third strike. That ended up scoring a run. Valdez then grounding out to short. Now with a runner in scoring position at the second base bag in Delgado. Tristan Martinez. Diego Martinez. Get it right eventually. Payoff pitch up coming here to Jace. Diego driving in Delgado. And Diego now at the second base bag. 12 runs, 7 hits. 2 Dakota Wesleyan errors. Ooh, check swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Jace Valdez goes down on strikes on the check swing, and Dakota Wesleyan is out of the inning, but not before the Broncos add on 2 more. Big day for the Bronco Bats. 12 runs, 7 hits. They lead it after 4, 12-0. Top of the 5th coming up. You're listening to Bronco Baseball here on Extreme Sports.
The Great Plains Athletic Conference is committed to being champions in the classroom, in our communities, and in competition. And we are also proud to be an NAIA 5-star Champions of Character Conference. To learn more about the GPAC, follow us on social media on Instagram, X, and Facebook. And watch the GPAC on the GPAC Network. The Great Plains Athletic Conference, academic and athletic excellence since 2000.
Bored of the same old sports coverage? Get on the cutting edge of sports with Extreme Sports.
That ball hammers deep toward left into the well. That ball is gone.
The biggest plays, breaking news, and we can't forget the best sports talk.
Let's be great. Let's be great.
We are Extreme Sports.
Back here at Duncan Field, Broncos enjoying a 12-0 lead as we enter into the top half of the 5th inning. Bronco fans making their way here to the ballpark this afternoon, enjoying plenty of sunshine and a lot of people out in the direct sunlight down the third baseline, working on getting that spring and summer tan. Good day for it. Come on out to the yard. It's a gorgeous Friday afternoon. 12-0 lead here for the Broncos as we get set to go in the top half of the 5th inning. Hardy got some run support early and often, and that has led to just an extreme buildup in confidence for our starter, Xander Hardy, this afternoon. Meanwhile, for DWU, they'll send up to the plate Carter Brown. Brown, the catcher. 0 for 1 with, or I guess 0 for 0 with a walk today. Just his second plate appearance. Have to do a double glance at that as the Broncos have now all batted 3 times. This is just the second plate appearance for some of the DWU Tigers. Pitch on the outside corner, beauty. Xander Hardy starting to earn that corner. He has been painting there all afternoon. And here in a 12-0 lead, Blue says, you bet, you're going to get the call now. Here's 2-1 from Hardy. That one breaks in there for a strike, 2-2. Love to see it. Hardy pounding the zone today. Defense has made plays behind him. That's winning baseball. Throw strikes, execute defensively, take advantage of your defensive, or take advantage of the other team's miscues. There's been a plethora of Tiger miscues. A missed pickoff attempt, trying to get the lead runner at third base, missed that, threw it away. They've gotten into a couple snowball fights in the infield, and the Broncos have cashed in on it. It's a weird thing to say on an 85-degree day, snowball fights, isn't it? Typically, sometimes this time of year, we'd still see some snow on the ground. 22 degrees above the average temperature this time of year. Incredible. Here's the 3-2. Coming from Xander Hardy. Looks in and delivers. And this one is fouled back towards the 2012 Honda Accord that's sitting out in the parking lot. That one's actually going to be pretty close. 3-2. Hardy to Brown. Here in the top half of the Tiger fifth. Swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Xander Hardy. Bronco dugout is loving it. 6 strikeouts on the day for Xander. As that'll bring up Brett Grubner now to the plate. Nine and 1. The next 2 batters here for the Tigers. First pitch swing from Grubner to T-Rowe, and Rowe fires it over to Morrison in time. 4-3 put out, and Grubner goes down. He's 0 for 2. That'll bring up Lane Darrow to the plate. Officially 0 for 1 on the day. He's walked in, had a strikeout. As Hardy gets sent to deliver. Big cushion here for the Broncos. Tries to throw in a bender. Can't get the call. Caleb Myers awaiting in the on-deck circle. He's 0 for 2 against Xander today. Hardy swung on and missed from Darrow. That evens the count at 1-1. Three errors on the Tigers. Just 1 hit. And a goose egg in that score column, as that's another swing and miss. 2 strikes on Lane Darrow now. And a 12-0 Bronco advantage. Xander Hardy gets the sign and delivers. It's a slow roller. Tyler Rojas' way. Rojas, Morrison, 4-3. And 3 up, 3 down for the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers. Another good frame for the Broncos. They're up big. Bottom of the 5th we go. HC 12, Dakota Wesleyan nothing. This is Bronco Baseball here on the Extreme Sports Network.
Family Medical Center of Hastings is the place to go for all your healthcare needs. Their team is trained to treat the whole person regardless of age. They provide a wide range of medical care, including acute care, routine health screenings, and treatment of chronic conditions. They're dedicated to providing you the best care in the most cost-effective manner. Family Medical Center, as an independent clinic, has served the community for over 65 years. Your family's home for healthcare. 1021 West 14th Street. Proud to support all area student athletes.
Keep it here on Extreme Sports.
Hits it to right field. Brennan is back. He's at the wall, and we are tied.
Your all-access pass to nonstop sports talk and live play-by-play coverage.
You guys are the #1 sports station because you make the phones light up.
Back here at Duncan Field this afternoon, Broncos leading 12-0 here in the bottom of the fifth. Nebraska women's basketball in the final seconds out in Sacramento as they are taking on Baylor here this afternoon. 5 seconds left now. Baylor with a 65-61 win. 65-61 lead, I should say. That hasn't gone officially final yet, but a tough fight for the 11th seeded Nebraska women's basketball team. They picked up that big win against Richmond. Really kind of, to be honest, pretty surprising that they made the tournament. Last 4 in for Amy Williams, and now 65-62. So a 3-point game, 1-possession game with 5 seconds. We'll keep tabs on it, but let's get back to baseball, shall we? As it's going to be top of the order, 1, 2, 3, due up here for HC. They lead at 12-0. As that pitch misses for a ball. 1-0 count. Here to T-Row. 1-0, nobody down here in the bottom of the fifth. Pitch in there. 0-2. So 0-2 count here for Tyler Rojas. Here in the bottom of the fifth. That chopper goes foul. Barry still on the bump. Check that. Curveball misses with a new pitcher in for Dakota Wesleyan. Emmett Nathan, a senior right-hander from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I saw the 6. Didn't see the 3 in front of it. So 36 now, the new pitcher, Emmett Nathan, here for the Tigers. And Rojas is going to get hit by the pitch. He'll take the first base bag.
Now batting, number 22, Evan Morrison.
Evan Morrison stepping up to the plate. Nobody down here in the bottom half of the fifth. Tyler Rojas reaching aboard after the hit by pitch. Morrison with an infield single and an RBI. Was also hit by a pitch. Morrison looks at that one that goes wide. Here's the pitch from Nathan. Swung on and missed. Not entirely 1,000% sure on the count. Scoreboard's been kind of in and out. Show it to me, Blue. Let me know. Here's the pitch from Nathan. Morrison, line drive right back up the middle. Count don't matter there. That one, 2 skips to the center fielder, and it'll be a base knock for Evan Morrison. Hard hit line drive right back on a frozen rope. 2 runners aboard, and Samuel Bruno now steps up to the plate. Broncos looking to do more damage. 9 hits, 12 runs in the game. Again, DWU with the 3 committed errors, couple walks, 2 hit batters. Throwing the ball around on a couple routine plays. Not a game one to remember if you're a Tiger fan. Meanwhile, Bruno stepping up to the plate with 2 aboard. Broncos looking to leave no doubt here in game one. Runners off on the play, and there will be no throw. Sliding in safely is going to be Tyler Rojas at third base bag. Runners at the corners now for HC. 1-0 count now to Samuel Bruno. Morrison at first, Rojas at third. 90 feet away, nobody down. As the fifth inning is looking like the first inning started for the Broncos, and they're en route to their 8th spot when they sent 12 guys to the plate. There's a bender in there for a strike, 1-1. Two, three, four due up for the Tigers in the top half of the 6th. Broncos looking to tack on even more breathing room. Plenty as is. A 12-0 scoreline. Pitch inside. Count now comes 3-1. Final line score for the starter, Brock Berry. He got roughed up a little bit. 12 runs on 8 hits. Gapper is going to get through for Bruno, and it'll be an RBI single past the diving Tarleton at shortstop. RBI single, his second ribby of the day for Bruno. And it's a 13-0 Hastings College lead. Peyton Vargas now to the plate. 2 aboard, nobody down, and your cleanup hitter at the plate. Dugout, by the way, super into the batter walk-up music for Peyton Vargas. Gets quite the reaction from the HC dugout there on the third base side. Spin, turn around, and no throw. As getting back in safely is Evan Morrison. He's at the second base bag in scoring position. Samuel Bruno at first. Broncos in cruise control here and from Duncan Field. Lucky number 13 on the scoreboard. Cleanup hitter at the plate as Vargas chops this 1-2 hopper just on the first base side, goes foul. Did Nebraska game go final yet? Checking. Baylor winning over Nebraska women today, 67-62. The Huskers have been eliminated out of the NCAA basketball tournament. A play-in victory, but couldn't get her done in the field of 64, taking on 6th-seeded Baylor this afternoon. Here's a high fly ball. Left field side, camping out underneath it is going to be Riley for the inning's first retired batter. Now set up T-Mart. Tristan Martinez to the plate. Martinez grounding out to third in his previous plate appearance. Other scores from the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Virginia winners over Wright State. Kentucky hanging on to beat Santa Clara today. That was a pretty good game down the stretch. Alabama starting to pull away from the Hofstra Pride. And Iowa State could essentially put one hand tied behind their back at this point in their matchup against Tennessee State. 2 hopper up the middle, fielded from 4 to 6, but not in time for the 4-6-3. Runner gunned down at second, and there will be runners at the corners here for the Broncos with Cody Haynes now at the plate. So Tristan Martinez reaching on a fielder's choice. There's 2 down and 2 aboard here in the Bronco 5th. 1 runner already coming across to score. Cody Haynes has had a good day. He has scored in every single plate appearance. Walk, run scored. Single, run scored, and an RBI. Reached on an error, scored a run. Miraculously. I'm surprised he still has come out for a plate appearance. I'd still be getting some oxygen after scoring from first to home. Scoring from first on a blown pickoff attempt. RBI single for Cody Haynes as he slaps one out into left field. As that'll bring in Morrison, and the Broncos now have runners at first and second, with Jared Delgado stepping up to the plate. Martinez at second, Haynes at first. Delgado now stepping up to the plate. Looks at a first pitch for a ball. It'll be 1-0. Couple touchdown lead here for the Broncos, 14-0 over the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers. 14 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Dakota Wesleyan's line score, no runs, 1 hit, and 3 errors. It's a 2-0 here to Jared Delgado. Officially 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Was hit by a pitch. Now 2 aboard here with 2 down. Time to clutch up. Here for the designated hitter. As Broncos trying to put game 1 here in the books. Long pause. Now delivers from Nathan and Delgado. This is going towards the gap. This is going to be trouble. It's going to bounce. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. This will score 2. Delgado, is he going to wheel around second? He is. There's going to be a play over here at the third base bag. The throw comes in. Delgado slides in safely. Sliding triple. A 2-run triple for Jared Delgado as he finds his way into the hit column. And the Broncos now extend the lead to 16-0. Keep that train rolling offensively here for the Broncos. Jared Delgado finds the gap. Shows off the wheels, too. A 2-run triple. And Diego Martinez now stepping up to the plate as the Broncos look to add on even more. Ball's going to get away. There's going to be no play here from Jared Delgado. Respecting the 16-run advantage here for Hastings College. Brakes are on. Ball also careened pretty quickly off the backstop. Delgado might have still been catching his breath from the legging out of triple. Here comes the pitch into DeMart. That is fouled. Diego Martinez at the plate. The 2 RBI double, the RBI single, and a fly out to right. 2 for 3, 3 RBIs. Not a bad day at the office for Diego Martinez, with Jace Valdez waiting in the on-deck circle before the lineup would flip. Broncos have shown a lot of resiliency when their backs are up against it with 2 down in the inning. Backs aren't really up against it here on the score line, but when they get down to 2 outs, they keep fighting. They are a tough out in any frame, as that curveball had neither the furthence nor the tordance and misses wide. 3-1 here to Diego Martinez. Nathan's going to have to come in, and does, and Diego chops it foul just off the netting. That'll bring the count full. Payoff pitch upcoming here to Diego Martinez. $16-0 lead, bottom of the 5th. And this one could find the gap. No, nice play over there at third from Ball. The throw is high, but gets the foot down, and the inning comes to a close. Nice job over there at the first base bag from Dexter Payne. Leaps, puts the right foot on the bag, and the Tigers are out of the inning. But not before the Broncos put up 4 more. 16-0. Let's go to the top half of the 6th. It's Bronco baseball this afternoon on Extreme Sports.
Sundays are meant for relaxation and indulgence, and there is no better place to do it than at Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill in Hastings. Enjoy the Sunday brunch buffet from 10 to 2, where you will find an irresistible spread of breakfast favorites that will make your taste buds dance. Choose from fluffy pancakes to sizzling bacon,
fresh fruits, and so much more. It is all you can eat and all you could ever want. Make your Sundays special with the brunch buffet at Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill on West 2nd in Hastings, right across the street from the water park. It is the perfect way to unwind and savor the flavors of the weekend.
Extreme Sports, the ultimate destination for sports enthusiasts.
This is the greatest record in the history of sports.
Broadcasting live 24/7.
Just have some fun out here, enjoy the journey of all this. I'm trying to get 16 wins and going after a gold trophy.
We give the people what they want.
And I am a huge sports fan. I love sports.
Tyson Rock back with you here at Duncan Field. Hastings College baseball this afternoon on Extreme Sports. Game 1 of 2 here in a double dip this afternoon. Second weekend of GPAC play for you. Hastings College cruising over the Tigers by the score of 16-0 here in Game 1. Top of the 6th, 2-3-4 due up. And Xander Hardy still on the bump here for the Broncos. High fly ball, first pitch swinging and camping out underneath it. Navigating the wind and finding it is going to be Martinez out and right. And Caleb Myers flies out on the very first pitch. Take that, Mason Riley coming up to the plate. 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. Hardy's had his number. He's throwing a strong 5 1/3. Just one hit. Couple walks. There is, to be brutally honest, not a lot of traffic today on the base paths for the Broncos to have to worry about. As this ball is popped straight back up the chute. And it drifts foul and out of play. An 0-2. Here to Mason Riley. Dexter Payne waiting in the on-deck circle. He's also 0 for 2 on the day. The heart of the order has not had a hit for Dakota Wesleyan. The pitch. Chopped foul. Honestly, if it's going to go in the direction of the Honda Accord, anything but the sunroof. That was a nightmare last summer. We might get into that in Game 2. Here's the pitch, off speed. Popped up. First base side, Evan Morrison is there. Takes the hat. And finds it in the sun. Makes the catch in foul territory for the second out of the inning. Had a sunroof incident. I was driving on 281 and for no reason whatsoever, the sunroof just decided to shatter open. Raining glass. It was a mess. And they are not easy to fix, by the way. Not a lot of people doing sunroofs these days. Found that out. Dexter Payne stepping up to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Xander Hardy throwing a bender in there at the knees. Beauty. As Hardy continues to get some valuable innings here for the Broncos. Did not want to turn to your bullpen here in Game 1, especially after going through plenty of pitchers on a Wednesday night's win against Central Christian. Xander got the rock, and he has been solid today. Here's a ball left field side. Camping out underneath is going to be Bruno, and that'll be it here for the 6th. A pop out to Samuel Bruno, and it's another 1-2-3 here for the Hastings College Broncos. They lead it big, 16-0. Bottom of the 6th. Coming up right after this on
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the advanced funeral planning specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Keep it here on Extreme Sports.
Hits it to right field. Brennan is back. He's at the wall, and we are tied.
Your all-access pass to nonstop sports talk and live play-by-play coverage.
You guys are the #1 sports station because you make the phones light up.
Welcome back to Duncan Field here on a Friday afternoon. Doubleheader, Hastings College Broncos and the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers. New pitcher to tell you about. Third used here from the Tigers this afternoon will be Nolan Dvorak, the senior from Lake Andes, South Dakota. Jace Valdez, Tyler Rojas, Evan Morrison due up for the Broncos. 9-1-2. As the Broncos' last opportunity to tack on any additional insurance they might need here with this 16-0 lead. Dakota Wesleyan down to their final 3 outs. 5, 6, and 7. Due up for DWU as Valdez pokes this one out towards right center, but a nice play from the right fielder. Calling off the center fielder, Myers makes the catch. Out there in the vast outfield that is Duncan Field. Tyler Rojas stepping up to the plate. Yeah, being an outfielder, not fun in this park. There's a lot of ground. I mean, it even looks big from the press box. A lot of times you're out here and you get up to enough vantage point and you're like, oh, that doesn't look that bad. Get out to the outfield out in Duncan Field. Just acres that between you and the center fielder often feels like you're in a different county. A 2-1 here to T-Row. Evan Morrison waiting in the on-deck circle. Broncos comfortably out in front here on a Friday afternoon in Game 1. 16-0 scoreline. 16 runs, 12 hits. Dakota Wesleyan has committed 3 errors. As that pitch misses, and that'll bring the count to 3-1. Misses again. 4 wide ones, and Tyler Rojas will walk it out. Evan Morrison now stepping up to the plate. He's walked. Had an infield single for an RBI. Hit by a pitch and singled. So we'll make him 2 for 2 on the day with an RBI. Tyler Rojas waiting at first base. All likelihood, the aggressiveness and green lights have been turned off for the Bronco base runners. Comfortably out in front. Samuel Bruno waiting in the on-deck circle. There's a pitch that just catches the inside corner. Let's make it 0-2, 1-2. Bender, off speed, out for a ball. It's 1-2. Rojas at first, Morrison at the plate. Samuel Bruno in the on-deck circle. Swung on and missed. And he goes down on strikes. Morrison's mad at himself for chasing. Samuel Bruno now to the plate. 1 down. I was going to say there's 2 down, I think. Jace led things off. Tyler Rojas at first base back. Here's the pitch to Bruno in the strike to 1. And after the conclusion of this 7-inning affair, the 16-run lead, hopeful Bronco victory. We get set for game number 2. Take a brief hiatus between the 2 games. Some regular scheduled Easton programming where I'm sure they'll get you caught up on all of the NCAA tournament happenings. currently going on. And we'll get our lineup cards reset for the second. We'll go 9 innings. Exciting play out in center. Did he come up with a catch? He did. A beauty from Darrow out in center. Retire the Broncos quietly here in the sixth. Nice grab. Web Gems. Bring him back, ESPN. Chase Darrow. The diving grab to put the Broncos away. They still lead it, however, 16-0. Hastings College going to try to close this baby out. Last chance for romance for the Tigers here in the top of the seventh when we come back. You're listening to Bronco Baseball here on Extreme Sports.
The Great Plains Athletic Conference is committed to being champions in the classroom, in our communities, and in competition. And we are also proud to be an NAIA 5-star Champions of Character Conference. To learn more about the GPAC, follow us on social media on Instagram, X, and Facebook. And watch the GPAC on the GPAC Network. The Great Plains Athletic Conference, academic and athletic excellence since 2000.
Bored of the same old sports coverage? Get on the cutting edge of sports with Extreme Sports.
That ball hammers deep toward left into the well. That ball is gone!
The biggest plays, breaking news, and we can't forget the best sports talk.
Let's be great! Let's be great!
We are Extreme Sports.
Great Plains Athletic Conference baseball this afternoon brought to you by who else? The Great Plains Athletic Conference. Proud to support Hastings College as well as all of the GPAC schools in competition. Also brought to you in part by Bob Sash Flowers and Family Medical Center. Tyson Veronica with you from Duncan Field, high in the press box 3. As we get set to go, last chance for romance here in Dakota Wesleyan for game number 1. Top of the 7th inning, and it's been all Broncos since the word go, essentially. A leadoff walk, a sacrifice bunt that was popped up for an easy double play, and that's all the Broncos needed to grab momentum. They put up an 8 spot in the bottom half of the first and have never looked back. Stepping up to the plate will be a Talon Ball. Nope, it will not. We have a pinch hitter to tell you about. It is number 15, Alden Barrett, a junior infielder from Pleasant Hill, Missouri. Or Missouri, depending on what side of Jeff City you're from. Pitch inside corner, called a strike. It's a 1-1. Here to Barrett. Still on the bump, Xander Hardy. He has been outstanding today. 6 strikeouts, just 1 base hit allowed. A couple walks sprinkled in here and there, a hit batter, but other than that, hasn't let the base runners stress him. What base runners they've had on haven't really bothered Xander Hardy. He was actually able to work out of a bases loaded jam back in the second. That was really the last effort that the Tigers put up here in this fight. Here in game 1 of 2. Another chopper down the third base line, and that's going to go foul. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here to the leadoff pitch hitter, Aiden Barrett. In game 1 of 2 here this afternoon from Duncan Field. Upstairs missing. Don't tell that to Blue that we're going to play another 9-inning affair after this. Xander, who's throwing a 1-hitter, can't get a close call. All right. Hardy looks in, gets the sign here from Peyton Vargas, and delivers on the outside corner, and it just misses, apparently. So Barrett heads to first. And here's where the scorebook gets a little sloppy. Another pinch hitter coming in. This is Nathan Myers coming up to the plate from Brandon, South Dakota. Another senior here for DWU. So if I can read in between the margins here, it's Barrett at first. And now Nathan Myers, not to be confused with Caleb Myers, at the plate for the Tigers. Caleb Myers was the starting right fielder for Dakota Wesleyan this afternoon. As Charlie Dubansky emptying out the bench here in this top half of the seventh inning in a 16-0 score. If Hardy wasn't throwing such a gem, I would say throw some position players out there, and I'd still feel pretty comfortable about the Broncos picking up the victory. It's one of the great anomalies of baseball is when you see the position players pitching in blowout games. Gotta love it. Two hopper, third base side. Beautiful glove from Martinez. A one hopper over to first. It's gonna be in time. Nice play at the third base bag from Diego Martinez on a hop at the hot corner, and then from his knees gets it across the diamond in time for the out. Big 5-3 put out on Nathan Myers. All right, what do we have here? 34, Carson Drexler. Hi, welcome to my scorebook. Here's Drexler in the margins. Xander Hardy. Now with a runner in scoring position at second base. Ooh, this ball is popped right to the left fielder and could have been standing in cement with Samuel Bruno. Absolutely barreled it. Carson Drexler barreled it, but right at the left fielder. So now that'll bring up Easton Miller as we follow the program here. Miller, a senior from Redfield, South Dakota. Two down. Broncos looking to make a statement here in game one. Hardy has pitched a gem. Check swing. You went, yep. First pitch strike. Here to Easton Miller. Runner in scoring position. That is Barrett. As the pitch is swung on and missed. It's 0-2. Up the ladder, put this baby on ice. What do you say? Hardy looks in and delivers. It's inside, just missing. Alexander Hardy, a senior from Casper, Wyoming. Showing up big here in game one against the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers. 6 strikeouts, 1 hit allowed, and make it 7 as he gets the swing and miss from Miller. And the Broncos win game one, 16-0. A statement win for Hastings College here in game 1 of 2 as they knock off the Tigers here from Mitchell, South Dakota. 16-0. The 8th spot in the first. Well, that's all you need for Broncos as they take care of business. Alexander Hardy, a gem on the mound today. A one-hitter in this 7-inning shortened affair. It was all crimson and cream today. 16 runs, 12 hits, no errors on the board for the Broncos. No runs, all goose eggs, all 7 of them for Dakota Wesleyan, just 1 lone hit. They committed 3 errors, threw the ball around the yard a little bit. A big day for the Broncos here in game number 1. Peyton Vargas, an RBI double in the contest. Cody Haynes, what a day. Single with an RBI and a run scored. A single with an RBI And Haynes ultimately scoring in all 4 plate appearances that he had. Diego Martinez on the day. He had a 2 RBI double and an RBI single. So 2 for 4 for Diego Martinez with 3 RBIs as they would pace the offense. But it was all HC right out of the gates. Again, a 8 spot as they sent 12 to the plate in the first. And really, that's the story. Alexander Hardy does the rest. A phenomenal pitching performance from our senior as the Broncos pick up a big win here in game number 1 against DWU. Well, as far as our coverage for Bronco baseball is concerned, we are going to step aside for the moment, take about a 20 to 30-minute timeout, and we'll get all set for game number 2. Again, tentatively scheduled for approximately 4:30. We'll keep you up to details. We'll keep you up with the details as we move along through should the starting time have to change. But plan on about 4:30. Come right back here to Extreme Sports, the GPAC Sports Network, as we'll be bringing you game number 2, the 9-inning affair between the Broncos and the Tigers. But a good start if you're an HC fan. Big offensive outburst. 16 runs on the board. Hopefully they save some for the second game. We'll find out as our Bronco baseball coverage on a Friday afternoon will roll along here from Duncan Field after this short break. Quick timeout, and we will head over to the boys from VSIN for regularly scheduled programming. They'll keep you up to date on everything that's happening in the NCAA basketball tournament, and we'll come back for game number 2 after a few here on Extreme Sports. Broncos win game 1 16-0 for a very short amount of time. So long for now. We'll catch you on the flip side for game number 2 coming up here in just a little bit on Extreme Sports. So long, everyone.
We've come to the end of the first game of today's doubleheader, but there's still more Broncos action ahead. Stay tuned. Game 2 is coming up next on Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Hastings College sports.
25 in played right now. And Tennessee hit another, they went to the free throw line, hit some free throws. 26-17 over Miami. Tennessee currently in play 15.5. I got to check the box score of this game because Tennessee